They're going to make it tougher for people who are getting uninsured mortgages to borrow money. I think this is definitely going to happen. Yeah, what does that mean for us? Who does this protect? Who does it hurt? At the end of the day, what's going to happen? Hey everyone, welcome back to the Mark Loeffler Experience. We got another great show here for you today. We're going to be talking mortgage stress test. Again, unless you've been living under the rock or you're just, too COVID crazy, you're not really paying attention to anything else. It's not the government. It is a bureaucratic arm of the government has come out and basically says they're going to make it tougher for people who are getting uninsured mortgages to borrow money after June 1st. And this is a proposal. Honestly, this is just forewarning in my opinion. I think this is definitely going to happen. Yeah, what does that mean for us? Who does this protect? Who does it hurt? At the end of the day, what's going to happen? And by the way, I'm just going to put it out there that I did say that this was one of the ways I thought that the government was going to cool the market. This is government intervention at its best, a little bit nanny state-ish. Let's listen to what our friend Jerry Rubin, superintendent of the Office of the Superintendent of Financial Institution, OFSFI. That's a heck of a... Why do they call him the superintendent of the Office of the Superintendent of the Financial Institutions? Why not, like president, whatever. Anyways. Let's just have a quick look at this, what he says.
The other piece of feedback that we got from the consultation, which we took very seriously, is that our earlier proposal could be quite volatile, could change a lot from week to week, and that would pose a problem for the operation of housing markets. Borrowers want to know what they pre-qualify for.
So basically, what their thing was before was that it's going to be as a 2% over what the bank rates are, which right now, I think 5 major banks at like 2.2 posted rates. So your stress test would be at 4.4. Now they're saying 2% or 5.25, whichever one is higher.
The process of finding a house can be lengthy. And if we change frequently the amount that they qualify for, that was going to get in everyone's way. So that's another reason why we decided on this approach, where we would set a minimum qualifying floor and we would adjust it at least annually. Our plan is to look at this again in December, but that's of course assuming that we go ahead following the consultation.
In the housing market, and what we're amounting to here is making it a bit tougher. So clearly something had changed in your mindset, and we know what has changed. The hot housing markets, home prices aren't your concern, but financial stability is.
Exactly.
And with that, it's not your financial stability that they're actually concerned about, right? They're concerned about the bank's financial stability. Don't get this wrong. Again, this is to protect banks. That's their job. Their job is not to do anything with the consumer. Their job, number one, is to protect the banks. This is what this does. So the rise from 4.79 to 5.25, it's 0.5% basically. The maximum amount that can be borrowed is basically it's around 5% less is what it really comes down to. What I really find interesting is that since 2013, not even including 2009, 2010, when, they were again flooding the market with low interest rates, which they didn't do as much as this time, but they still did a lot, right? So since 2013 to 2021, the highest posted rates at the bank has been 3.49%. So in the 90s, it was regularly 8% was the average. In the 2000s, it was 4 to 6%. The 2010s has been 2 to 4%. And, just my opinion here again, I don't see interest rates going up for a couple of years. I do get variable rate mortgages on whatever I can because I think you win 95% of the time with variable rate mortgages. At the end of the day, this mortgage stress test is what it does is it will lower the amount that you can borrow. So if you're going out and buying max what you can buy which, to be honest with you, it's actually not max what you can buy. It's because of the stress test. So they're kind of protecting you from people say they're protecting you from themselves. That's how they spin it. They are marketing to you saying, hey, we're protecting you, when they're just protecting the bank. And I'm just going to sit here and tell you, like, you buy a $500,000 home, you put 20% down, you have a $400,000 mortgage. After 5 years on a 25-year amortization, you probably owe $350, $360 on that mortgage. Heck, even if that rate goes up to 5% and you don't make any more money, well, you can just refinance, get a new 25-year term at your new $360,000, not $400,000, and it's not going to be that bad. So, I mean, the only problem with that is if we see a declining real estate market, which is not in anybody's interest in government, because they make a heck of a lot of money, especially in Ontario. They make a heck of a lot of money from a hot market. I mean, there's HST, GST on all the services provided. There's land transfer tax here, like the dollars that it adds to the economy, right? Because when somebody buys a house, they just don't buy a house. They typically do some renovations. So therefore, they're paying a contractor, they're buying building supplies. There's a mortgage involved. So somebody's getting paid on that end. Like, there's a process here. There's a lot of people who make good money, I mean, myself included, from this whole transaction, right? And so it is in the government's best interest to keep a robust housing market. They and myself, this is probably one of the only places I agree with the government, is that we don't want 40% a year. It's unsustainable. I mean, it's beautiful when you're in the market and you get that 40% per year return, yet it's unsustainable. To be honest with you, it makes it hard for somebody like me who's still acquiring to go out and buy, because it makes it so, well, who knows what a value is? And, guys who bought a year ago look like geniuses, 100% look like geniuses. People who bought in September already look like geniuses. So I like it where, I know you get in a stable market, you buy it, you do some fixes, you're in, you're out, and it makes everyone happy. In this market, a lot of people looked really, really smart when they did some dumb things, right? And, Warren Buffett's famous line is, you can see who's swimming naked when the tide goes out. So are we going to see the tide go out? Anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching this video today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, we got a couple of videos here you might like where I'm making the prediction on this happening government intervention. So check those out. If you do want to see my daily stock picks, I am putting those on my Instagram stories. So definitely follow me on Instagram. And if you want a little bit more of Mark Loeffler, definitely check out our premium group. Go down to join down below. Anyways, have a great day, everyone. We'll see you in the next one.